Back at Ritchie Brothers, Maltby, another auction. They seem to come around very, very quick. So come and have a look around, come see what's here, and see what we can buy. When these auctions used to be live, it was an awful lot easier because you'd be here. I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds of lots here of all sorts of stuff, big, small. You can only look at a certain amount of it when you're here personally. Now, when it's live auction, you stand next to something that looks cheap, you can look at it and think, do you know what, that looks cheap, and you bid on it and you buy it. So we used to buy an awful lot more equipment when we were here live than we do now when we're bid online. So a bit of a shame, and I think we made a lot of our acquaintances and friendships with people when the auctions were live, and so we don't get to meet so many people that we used to, which is a bit of a shame, and have a good laugh on the time. But there we go, they call it progress. I beg to differ, but anyway, let's go and look around. Rows of diggers as normal, plenty of them, every colour, every condition you can think of. Where does it continually keep coming from? Plenty of trucks here. I think with that colour scheme, it's probably not that hard to work out where they come from. Nice MANs. All in quite tidy condition. The Merc looks more interesting though. That's from my era of being young. 1717. We used to run some 1617s years ago. But obviously this has been a four-wheel drive. Is that why it's a 1717? How does that, do you know how that configurates? That's quite a useful truck really there, you think about it. Four-wheel drive, I think. Is that four-wheel drive? Yeah, four-wheel drive. With the high ab. And the interior looks actually quite good. Nothing a good clean wouldn't do, but that interior looks quite smart. I'm not sure smart's the operative word there, but serviceable is probably the word. K registration. So I think it's been used as a service truck. It looks like it's got part of the high ab in the back of it there. But yeah. What's that going to make in the auction, do you reckon? We'll watch and we'll put that at the end of the video. Nice little dump truck there. Well, little probably compared to the 777, something like that, it is a little dump truck. Oh, there's some tractors up ahead. We're going to look at the tractors. Cars, vans, pickups. Not sure the colour scheme on that one, on the blue and white, but that's an oldie there. Is that about an A25 or an A35? Nice little tractors up here. Little B-series Kubotas. They look very serviceable, don't they?
Wouldn't do you wrong, though.
So what do you know about tractors, Andy?
Good for your hire fleet, that's all I know.
Kubota tractors will be coming into a hire fleet soon. It's in, and some probably green ones. 4 series. Little green ones, that is, not big ones. They look like quite a nice little tractors, don't they? Just found another tractor with Fastec. 2135 smooth shift. We used to run them. Good tractors, very, very good tractors. I know when we had ours, we spoke to JCB about the fact that you couldn't dip the oil like there without taking the side panel off. Well, now they amended it so you can actually dip the oil without taking the side panel off. The problem being was people would take the side panel off, dip the oil, not refit that properly like someone hasn't refitted that one properly. Off you go down the road. Next thing you find out is you get the phone call from the driver. I've just run over the side panel because it fell off. So when we were talking to JCB in the early days. It was something we mentioned about, and it did actually get changed. So there you go. That's quite tidy. Cab looks nice and respectable. Tyres look good, yeah. 51 plate, we'll have a look and see what that one makes in the auction. And that's the golden oldie. Manitou Marty truck with a tipping headstock on it. I think these are international running gear under here, engines and that. Oh, look, even comes with a bird's nest. But so I think these are international. They were, the early ones were definitely international. I think it is. Very useful thing on the farm. They're not expensive to buy, but very versatile. I remember my first ever father-in-law had one on the farm. Roger, rest in peace there. But he had one on the farm. So similar to that, and it had a sliding weight on the back. The weight you could slide up and down. I don't know if this actually got that, saying that. It had a sliding weight inside the engine cover that you could spread the traction. So yeah, don't see many of these around these days. So again, we'll have a look and see what it makes at the auction. Something else here that I don't see very often is I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it. It's just Sandbogen or whatever, telehandler. It looks a bit of a big old beast there, but the cab lifts up, it pivots on the back here, and it lifts up. Often used in the waste industry, I think, for loading various different things, but certainly something you don't see. I think they do big scrap handlers. I think they're probably far better known for big scrap handlers. That there is certainly a bit of a beast of a machine. Not quite sure the weight of it. We'll have a look in the catalogue and find out a bit more about that. But definitely on scrap, on waste recycling tyres there, solid tyres, but that is a bit of a beast, that one. So we'll see what that makes at the auction. So I haven't seen another one. Anybody else out there seen one of these? But I certainly haven't. Oldie D25 cat dump truck. Don't see them very often. When I was a young kid, you see lots of cat dump trucks around. Normally 6x6s, not before. But again, quite a tidy example. So the cable tie, bungee strap there holding the throttle back, but be a good farm weapon, wouldn't it, for mucking out, things like that. Certainly a bit of a beast, that one. So, not something you see many of. Not in this country, anyway. We're a bit lost here in a sea of diggers. So, certainly a lot here. Some Louis Gongs here, which is a brand you don't see in this auction very often. They're coming into the second-hand market now. Nice little case 8-tonners there. And the big row Kubotas. So, right. I think I finished my walk round. It's somewhat hot, and we shouldn't moan because we've been moaning about the weather for ages, so it's nice to have some hot weather. It's just, yeah. So the auction is tomorrow online. So we'll go home, do our bits of homework, and watch what stuff makes tomorrow, and go from there. And we'll show you some of the bidding as it goes on. Just come across the Sneebergen telehandler. At the moment, it's got 5 minutes to go, and it's showing 4,500. So, measures a lot of machine now, I thought, for that money. But the auction's not over yet. Alright, the Manitou forklift is now at an online auction. 44 seconds to go. The price at the moment of £1,400. So when you're watching these auctions, the last few seconds minutes seem to take ages to go. But there we go. We'll see what it makes.